believe you can't see me. I wanted you to see my expressions.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's half the fun. I don't. I
that
just
is
see.
the fun part. You know that's funny, right? Then I can laugh. Then I can see the expression when you see my face looking.
Yeah, I just see a picture of Michael Tracy.
Yeah, that's boo. Then that's the old like left. I got rid of that guy a long time ago. This is
Right.
the upgrade. This is the better brand. That's it. That's the 39.99 one. Let me see what I got. I can't even. You know what's happening? My computer's not even charging. I told this dude to rack up one of these things for me. I got to put the company back. Oh yeah, I know. By the way, some of the shit that I used to do is crazy. Remember, like this. You know, I used to have that attitude. Remember when I ran in Shea Stadium
Yeah.
and I told you that story? It's like I had to stay alive. I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get. I couldn't get busted. I wasn't allowed to get busted, so I used to never get caught. I'm talking about levels like you go, are you crazy? What you gonna do now to get away? Like remember I told you I was babysitting with my girlfriend and she had me jump out the window from the bathroom? Remember that? Oh no.
I
I told
remember
you
hiding under the. You were hiding under the bed. The mother
with
helped
a
you.
mother and a father, yeah, that was nuts too. That's crazy, yeah. And a father's drunk walking around the house going, that damn you know, the Irish Jesus says it's nobody in the house. And they go, oh, if he catches me it'd be a horror. Not like an Irish guy finding you in the daughter's bed. Hey, Jesus, you got to marry her now. What the freak? Then he hits me with a bottle of the Jameson's or something. You know? Romance in the Irish company. No, so what?
What
I
are
was
you
like,
telling
I
me?
don't
We
get it.
telling me tricks of the trade? We're telling me window
Yeah,
stories.
this is all the same thing. I mean, the whole idea is not to get caught, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
what I used to have like tricks to, these are like tricks to get away, you know. So I should say, I said, what was the most? I was watching something. I saw this guy like running with a football, and he was out dodging all the players, and you see him about to get attacked, and I'm like, wow, and he missed, they missed, and they missed, and I go, I did that all the time. That was like my moves. I was like, oh shit, oh shit, and I said, oh, that's how we were brought up without dodging, like to make it look like you're gonna take a right turn, you make the left turn, you go, and your head aims right, but you're really gonna make the left, and you lose the person in the back, you know. But you do this over a certain amount of time, you become really, really good at it, and you could have all people chasing you, and you go whoops, 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 and they keep missing you, and you're like, and that's how I used to get. So then I had this trick that there's always one guy that they have a fast guy to catch. So I got to get, these people are like made to run after you and catch you, you know. And I had a lot of them chase me and says, oh, they don't stop running. They're like monsters. They come after you constantly. Like you got to keep running. Like I turn around, they're stuff. Like, oh, I can't get rid of this one. You know? So what I used to learn how to run real fast, like a sprint.
Mm-hmm.
The whole idea to get distance away, enough distance, then I could duck somewhere and go to a spot where he don't know where I went. So the whole idea is to run fast. So
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to sprint, and then, but if I do that sprint, I can't do the long run because you're
Right.
doing all the energy in one shot. So I have to make sure when you do that, it's an emergency run. So I found other dudes could do the sprint too, and then they did this, and I said, oh shit. So I have this trick. I used to run, right, and I run and I act like I'm doing my top speed, and I let them get closer, and then I slow it down just enough to make them feel like they're gonna give me everything they got. I'm gonna make them burn out their whole shit, everything, because they see 3 steps and they could get me with that speed.
Yeah.
So they turn it on, and I wait for the real close, and then I hit it in gear, and I go bye, and I leave, and they go mother, and they always shut down right there because they go, I can't catch that guy. I used to go like slower, slower, and then I let them get close, and then they're about to grab me, and I went, "Bing, gone." They're like, "Motherfucker!"
These are.
And
Who's
that was a.
chasing you? This is in general.
This is I could tell you levels. I mean, people want to kill me. How's that?
Okay.
Sometimes it's gangs. Sometimes one time it was like a whole gang of Dominicans. I mean, name the neighborhood. You know,
Yeah.
they could be cops. It was like, hey, remember, I'm going throughout the city of New York. They always had me like as the Bronx. Ready for this bullshit? I'm all city. I was in Brooklyn, hanging with Brooklyn. Those were like the real blacks, the blacks. You know, those Kingston, Utica, North, those Crown Heights and Bedford Stuy and all those guys. But I also had the Bronx where you have, my block was nuts. It was like you go every block was another gang. So that's that. Just to go to school with 5 different gangs. Then those Vietnam veterans getting high, I had to go buy them guys, dude. basically just going to school was like a job to stay alive. Then I had to steal, I had to steal something to eat from the truck and then come upstairs and feed the whole church. It's like weird. It was like survival.
Yeah,
So
sounds like it.
it is that. It was that. It was like staying alive because I had a brother that was a fucking asshole. My brother was a vicious human being at times. He would punch your face. He was like a bully dude. So I used to hate to be home. I didn't want to be near that guy. He was crazy. He'd throw a punch at me. You don't even know. Next thing you know, fighting the guy for no reason. He just was bored or something. Then you defend you, and after a while you get good. That's it. Then after a while, I didn't want to harm him, but he came. One time I kicked his ass.
Yeah.
He didn't. I know my brother. I love him. But he used to be like one of those guys that he like a Hitler in the house. You ever have somebody like try to be a turmoil person? They have to make sure everybody's stepping up with the eggshells and shit in the house.
Yeah.
Whatever. That job we have to do sometimes. No, that is real. I don't know what I'm calling it. I'm doing like a psychiatry shit. But the thing is to stay alive. And John and me used to fight. I remember coming to all his friends and the bullshit. I told you I had to learn how to defend myself. I was like a nerd.
Yeah.
Can you tell? I used to like, in the beginning I was like, wow, but I'm like a nerd. I like to do stuff, create stuff. But then when I started like escaping and doing stuff, forget about it. I became the best there is in New York City. I ran New York. I'm not bullshit. The king of New York, that was me. I remember running into Christopher Walken with a stupid haircut on the train on the 7 line, and he goes, I'm an actor. And I went, what an ugly motherfucker. And I started, and not ugly like ugly, but the crazy look that he had, like that hair, like Henry Duritz. And I'm like, how would anybody hire him? Like to do anything? And I used to say, I'm a really good actor, And I went, what does he act like, a jerk? I mean, can't see. Does he see his hair? I mean, it had that big wave in the front. Then Ben, what's his name? Ben Stiller, that kid. I'm like, how are you making it? How are you going to make it? You're done, pal. Your ears sticking out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm talking all over. I had to take my ADD medicine.
It's okay. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how we got to that, but that's okay.
No, I'm saying that all the different human beings that I run into in New York City, it was like so many levels. What I'm saying, I could deal with anybody. Right? Here's a story for you. I decide I want to have dinner with the governor and Mayor Bean. They're having a dinner at the Hilton Hotel, and all the big people are coming through the door with fur coats and tuxedos on. And I decide I'm hungry. I got to have some food with these people. And Jimmy Haha goes, "What are you doing? You're crazy." I go, "No, come on, just follow my lead." So I go into where they're having dinner, and I see a table that don't have nobody in it, and they have numbers. And I sit down on one of these tables, and I see everybody look at me like, huh? And Jimmy looks at me like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? You kidding me? I go, no, relax, this good. We'll have some dinner, And the mayor comes out, they're all on the stage, and they're about to do a speaking thing at the dinner. And I said, and we're there for a while, and they're bringing the food out, and I'm like, this is gonna be great, Finally, then the security comes, like the Secret Service or something. So they come up to me and they said to me, excuse me, who are you guys? Like, who are you? I says, security. I tell him security, to the hotel, hotel security. Oh, all right. So he leaves, So he goes, what the hell did you tell him? I said, don't worry. So now they're bringing the food over. They feel like stupid asses because everybody went, oh, they calmed down, but they have like fur. I'm talking about like, they're a little nervous too. It ain't like I'm dressed bummy enough, but it ain't like I have a tuxedo on either. So my friend's like, I think he's blowing us up because you're a little nervous about eating. And I'm comfortable as hell, To me, I'm starting to cut the meat or whatever. I know they were feeding me and I'm good like that. And then they come by again. They go, excuse me, can you come with us? No, he says, yeah, what do you want? He goes, you said you're security, right? I said, no, I'm only fooling. He went, huh? I said, only fooling. He went, what? Like, yeah, I got it. I said, you're doing a really good job, And he goes, we could have your arrest. I said, well, call the news. I want to tell them what you did, how your fucking job's making sure the governor and the mayor's doing a good job. And he went, huh? I said, yo, you guys are done. And he went, get out of here, you son of a bitch. I'm like, that's right. And I have my dinner. And the whole idea is have one over them. I don't know how I learned this from. But they were so happy just to have me get out of there,
That's funny,
And my
Tracy.
friend looked at me like, "What? How did you do that?" That's just the levels, like, and how I go to the concerts. Ready? Am I showing you my tricks? I used to go like to the security. I go, "What's that guy's name at the other side?" He goes, and he's waving like that. He goes, "That's Sam." He goes, "All right, Sam. What's your name?" I tell him, I said, "I'm Bob." Right? And I say, "Hey, Bob, Go to Sam. I go, "So Bob is my friend there." He goes, "Yeah, I know." And he waves to Bob, and Sam thinks he's doing Bob a favor, and Bob thinks Sam's doing it. And I go right in like nothing. So this is how to stay alive,
That's funny.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that might be embedded in me. My father must have been a master thief, because I don't know how I knew certain things like that. I just stay alive,
Yeah, that's all you can do sometimes.
But the running thing was important, and getting away was important. And I remember, like, finally, maybe a couple of years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I was painting in Brooklyn at Tracy Face, and it's on Myrtle Avenue. And I remember the cops coming with this dude had a white suit on. And it had like hold on, watch out. A white suit on, and he looked like a sanitation guy,
Yeah.
And I'm painting there, and he comes right up on me, the headlights. Am I boring you? Yeah, guy, go to sleep. I'm talking at him.
No, finish your story. I was sorry looking at Cyrus.
What did you do this? He's like, all right, I'm done. I've been in this room too long. I gotta escape. So no, but the real answer, I seen them coming at me. Like, I'm doing a mural with Psych and all these guys, and we have a wall, and they come directly at me. I'm like, why are you coming to me? And I'm painting a Tracy Face on this rusty, ugly ass place in Brooklyn. It looks like a dump, So I'm like making it look like bright and happy. And they come right on top, the headlights directly on me, like E.T. and shit, and they're all coming at me. And 2 cop cars come, and they surrounded him. And they go, "You?" And I go, "What do you want?" He goes, "Who gave you permission here?" So I go, "I'm painting a mural over here to help this neighbor." Then I said to Psych, "Hey, Psych, tell him." He goes, and Psych acts like a retard. He comes over, he goes, "Victor said we could write on the wall." And I went, "Huh?" Victor said it's all right. And I went, "What the fuck did you just tell?" I heard him sound like a retard. I said, "No, you have to show him the paper." He goes, "I don't have the paper with me." Victor said, I said, oh, he's doing like a stupid retard. That's the way how you get busted. So I told the cop, "Take a walk." And he goes, "Handcuff him." I go, "Nobody's handcuffing me." And they all look at him, and they look at each other, and they go, "Who's going to move on this guy?" Because they're not doing it to me. I wasn't allowed. It's over. So like, they look at the captain looks at them, and I realize he's a captain now. I realize he's a cop. And I said, "Oh shit, he came directly from the police station to make sure to get me." So I said, "Get lost." And he goes, I said, "Well, we have to investigate that." I said, "Well, when you figure it out, you figure it out. I'm not interested in your business. I'm cleaning. Look at that fucking wall. I'm not here to clean your neighborhoods up." That's it. I didn't even go into level 2. I'm really good. So now they go, I see them the next move is going to be the more cop cars are coming. It's getting crowded, And I go, here I go again, round 7,000, So I like, shit. So I go, I got an idea. What we do is we'll have a conference until you figure it out. We'll sit down. Nobody cuffs me. We'll go there to precinct and all this whole thing, And then they go, "All right, Mr. Tracy Williams." I go,
"Williams?
What'd you say?" "Yeah, Tracy Williams." And I go, "Who's that?" They go, "That's the name you used." I go, "I didn't fucking use that name." They go, "Oh, you know what? Now I see them like Tracy Williams over here. That's my new name, And I see them trying to attack me like levels and shit. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I'm Michael." By the way, I had a hospital band on my hand with Michael Tracy on it. I said, "Read it, stupid," which I was smart. I still wear those things till today. Too bad I can't show you. I have them on all the time. That's like the emergency, the ID thing. See, I have tricks like that. I keep that on. They go, "Oh shit, well, you still got that on?" I go, "Yes."
You have it on so they can ID your body?
That's cool. No, more like not my body. The living guy. The living.
Okay.
Yeah, when I'm here, I go, "Here, check this out." I'll give you the fucking. I got it good. So, yes, you can write that down. Let them know how I got away all the time. So then I have my heart attack next. That's it. But before I'm doing it, you know what he tells me? He says to me, "You never got caught for graffiti." First they get the graffiti, but the vandal squad goes down. I go, we have you there. I says, and this Yonkers cop with the vandal squad, I get him on the phone, and he's like, you got caught? I go, hold on, talk to the cop. And he goes to the other cop, and they don't know if I'm good or bad, and he's trying to tell him, get a hold of this guy. So I put him on the phone with the other cop, and he goes, you know who you got? He goes, yeah. He goes, you better make sure you have him good. Now he didn't know if you heard me. He didn't know. He didn't know whether, like he's saying, you better not grab him for nothing. You better not hold on to my friend. But he was really saying, like, don't fuck it up. And it sounded the other way too. So he's got a good friend in the Vandal Squad, and they're both Vandal Squads are like question marks on their head. And I laughed because they counteracted each other. Then I said, next. Then the next one came, and another one came. Then I threw water in the next cop's face. I need water, I need water. And I got the water because he's getting on my nerves. And I said, here, cool off. And I threw water through the fence on him. Get out of here with that bullshit. So he goes, finally he comes back. He goes, and then I said, "What you get your snitch ass coke or something?" He started laughing because they know they're all rat bastards. So I tell him that, and he starts laughing. And I says, "Like, you never got caught for graffiti?" And all these guys says, "Because I never did fucking graffiti. I'm an artist." And they went, "Oh shit!" That was the end. So now I got to get out of here still. And I says, first of all, I said, "Why am I in this place anyway?" And you're calling me disrespecting me as a vandal when I'm in the Museum of the Brooklyn. I mean, he's in the Brooklyn. So you're telling me I'm a vandal here, but you're collecting money to get in the museum. I got him another round, a different thing. They went, huh? They went, oh shit, he's right. So now the district attorney's trying to find me, but I'm time to give them the work. So when I'm giving them a taste of their own shit. So I kidnap the cop. What I do is I'm having a heart attack. The ambulance gets there, and they bring me to the hospital. And as I get to the hospital, he's like, da-da-da. Then I have this guy, he's hiring me to kill his wife, this cop. That's how fucking nuts he is. So I said, I do hits on wives. And shit. He goes, yeah, I do hits. Like, he was telling me some shit, and I went, oh, I know what he wants me to do. He wants me to whack his wife.
God, Tracy, what are you telling me?
No, I'm explaining the level of the earth. It's nuts. So this guy realizes that he's working, breaking his ass for nothing, and his wife wants a divorce. I said, so you want me to do what I got to do to get rid of her? Can you really get rid of her? I go, wow, this guy's coming with. Of course I can. But that's Tracy Williams talking. You get it? That's my joke. Then I go to the. I'm just fucking doing I'm fucking hitting them like back and forth like yin yang. They want to war. Tracy Williams gonna whack his wife for. So the cop's like, he's really thinking about it. He says, sick bastard. So I go, oh, wow, this guy's nuts. I go to the hospital, and they go, your name? I go, Michael Tracy. So they go, all right. So they get me, and then the cop looks and he goes, where's that Tracy Williams guy? They go, Michael Tracy, and now he lost me because I'm not around no more. They have me Michael Tracy again, so he's looking for his police that he caught this Tracy Williams guy, and I'm back to who I am. And he's like, oh shit, this guy's back to Michael Tracy. And he goes, yeah, that's Michael Tracy. The hospital's fighting now the police. Who do they have here? So he says, so they call him up and they said, let the guy go, let him go. Just tell him to go, and he signed the paper. I said, no, I'm not signing no paper. I'm not letting you go. He's a killer of his wife almost, this guy. He's crazy. So I'm having like a little snack while laying there in the bed in the hospital, and he's like standing there with the cups. He's like a prisoner now. How's it feel? I told him. How's it feel to be stuck somewhere like and you want to be somewhere else? They want to talk to us. I said, tell them I'm not talking to the person. I hang up. So they call back. They go, listen, you want to let him go? I said, I'm not letting him go. He's going to stick. I'm going to have him here all night with me. They're like, what the fuck? They're stuck in their own horror. Because the district attorney already told them, let that guy go. So now I'm like, there. So now they go, listen, we'll give you, what do you want? I said, what do you got? They go, we have spray paint. I says, how many spray paint cans? We have a lot of spray paint in this place. And we'll give you the cans, you let them go. And I go, all right, bring it to the hospital. So I'm in the emergency room, and they come with 2 shopping carts of spray cans.
Who? Who came?
The cops, the other police officers come in, and they bring me spray paint on the shopping cart. And they go, then I release their cop as a hostage, and I let them go. But I told them, you have to drive me to where you picked me up. And went, no, we're not doing that. So I have all this spray paint in the shopping carts, you know. I was all laughing, and I leave the hospital. The thing that got me the most, they walked into the emergency room with spray paint like it was nothing. I've seen all these cans, you know, and they look like some of them are open. It looks like they're spraying out. You got people like holding with air masks and shit. I'm laughing. Yeah, it's like real life, you know. So they don't care about nobody. They're like, bring in the spray paint and just trade Tracy for the cop. And, you know, all the people are like laying there on tubes and shit. Nuts. That was Fulton Hospital. I don't know which one that was.
Okay.
I still laughing. Then I go back. So the moral of the story is, no matter what, you don't want to challenge me too much. I don't know how the hell I do that, but I'm pretty good at that shit. I get good at. I'm like, it's embedded in me, like survival, like how to twist and twirl and shit. You know. That's
Tracy,
it. Like,
that story. I'm gonna have to review the tape because that story had 10 stories, all in one. I don't even know what I heard, so I gotta review that.
I just went from paint to the mural.
You went.
And now the roller coaster ride begins, and there I go. And
there were 2 Tracys. There was a hit,
like this,
a hostage situation. Yeah.
It would have been easy if you see my face and you gave the expressions. You know what I'm saying.
And this was what year?
Extra visual.
What year was this?
Oh, this one. What was this? 2011, 12. Oh, right before I had to die.
Okay, we'll get to that chapter.
2010, like 10 years. Everything's about 10 years of like the horror movies. Maybe later, maybe a little later.
Okay.
The last thing there was the chase. I think that was about 5. Yeah, maybe 10 years. No, less.
All right, I gotta digest that story, and then I think for our next one.
You think it's too much? What you do is.
I don't know what I heard, Tracy. That was a crazy story.
I'm showing you how it gets. It goes from one. You have to play it like you're playing a chess game. It's like fucking nuts.
That's ping pong, not ping pong. That's ping. What's that? What's that game? Pinball. Pinball. That's a pinball game.
Oh, pinball.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense a little bit like that. But you have to have a lot of flippers.
Yeah. Like penguins. The penguins.
That's it.
There you go.
Flippers. The flipper as a joke. The penguin saved my life again. We had a bond. The penguin shot his penguin juice into me that day of my incident, and I became Bobby Penguin O'Shea. O'Shea. Oh, there's Shea, Irish. The a.k.a. Martinez. All the mixes. You got to remember, too, I'm from Puerto Rico. My grandfather used to have a couple of drinks in him, and it's time to sing, even 3 in the morning. He goes, Mira, we're going to sing now for drink. We're going to sing. Everybody get it. Mickey. He called me Mickey, like Mickey Mouse. Mickey, get him the guitar, get him the maracas, and we're like, da, 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 and we're all singing. And he goes, see, this is a good family now. He's happy, you know. Then he goes to sleep, and then we all go back to our regular bed. All the instruments go back into the room. But his love was unbelievable. The Puerto Rican guy, had a lot of love for us. He loved us more than anything in life, you know. I remember they tried to kill him on the roof. I tell you, they tried to throw him. They tried to rob him, you know.
Oh.
And he was so. He started to say to them, they was gonna throw him off. They were vicious. I live on 106 in Amsterdam Avenue. It was like crazy people, you know. You know that block, right?
Yeah.
136 in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
And they had him on the roof. They bring him to the roof and rob you. And sometimes they just push you off the edge. It's a lot easier than remembering the guys, you know. So I remember him crying. He was crying. My grandmother heard it from the window. I love my kids. He loved us so much that he told them that he cannot die because he can't leave us alone.
Oh.
And they looked at, and they went, huh? And he went, I don't care for me. I have to make sure the kid's okay. And they released him because his love for us was unbelievable.
Oh.
They had to let him go. And then he went like a cop to these things. He got them when they went in the lineup, he goes, that's the motherfuckers.
Well.
They're like, we should have pushed that fucking guy. You know? I win again. He did the Juan Martinez escape too. He had the same thing but a different angle. The Juan Martinez escape. I love you, everybody. I love you all. And they go, that son of a bitch got away again with that love. He was like the only guy I know that on my neighborhood. I think all the prostitutes used to give him freebies.
Oh.
I used to go down to this bar and go, I'm going to see a man about a horse. And we were like kids, and we were like, oh, what is he doing, this guy? He used to get dressed up. My grandmother would go, get out of here. An cold Irish cold. Get out of here, you Irish. She'd throw him out. He'd come back bombed with not a nickel left. She made sure they only could rob so much out of his pocket. That's the family, the crazy family.
Those are the family dynamics.
Yeah, that's by the way, I keep seeing this graffiti shit, right? They keep saying, oh, graffiti started in Philly. You know, it started in Philadelphia. You don't even know. And I want to hear this shit, and it's going to blow your mind. Fuck that bullshit. That's a lot of shit if I ever see. We started it here. We had that movie West Side Story. If you remember, all the graffiti was in it. It was way before that freaking movie was. What was that? 1960 something? What year was that?
I don't know. It's somewhere a little bit, if not right, late 50s, early 60s.
There you go. Boom. Graffiti was all on the whole movie. It was graffiti, the jets and the sharks and tags.
Yeah, it was too early though, right?
Huh?
Wasn't that too early for it in real life?
That's when you see all the graffiti and all the movies and everything, that's where you get the first taste of like the writing all over the streets, right? And oh, by the way, I'm from New York City. I've been around that Philadelphia. Get lost. That shit was bullshit. That guy's a lie. I know him. He's a nice guy.
What Philadelphia? What are you talking?
Philly shit. Philly shit. Delphia's. The Philly Riders. Cornbread.
The Philly Riders. You jump into Philly.
Trying to say that they started. They didn't. By the way, this would never took it off if I didn't make it an art form with the trains. The trains took it to the next level. If you didn't spray paint a subway, it would be like vandalism. I did the murals. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I know what I was doing. The thing was to make peace in the world. You know? Well, all of us get along. We're all the same. But as far as that full of shit crap, I have to listen to that shit. And it's always like some black gang. They always ignored the Puerto Ricans, like the Spanish had nothing to do with it. It would be realistic. That's what I hung out with too. I mean, the Spanish were major. Everybody, in fact, the whole thing was every nationality. When I hear like too much of one color, like that's bullshit. You know? They tried to get me with gangs like they made this gang called the Bachelors, and they tried to get me, and then we can't do, and then another one. Then they called the feds, and the feds said I'm robbing mail fraud and shit. You know? I mean, levels like that. Like get them, trap me, set me up, get me. Even Tika's a fucking rat. I mean, he's from the Lower East Side. He's not from the Bronx. And that other guy with him came to my house with a police outfit, and his name was Peace, and he brought angel dust to my neighborhood. These are dudes that represent the authorities, and all they do is bring poison to the neighborhoods. Yeah, for real. And all those guys that say they love the neighborhood, but they sell drugs in my neighborhood, they're full of shit. I'll break their face. I don't like none of them. That's real. I was anti-drug and anti-gun and anti-asshole. They all got to go. And if they want a war, I'll give them a kick in the ass.
Anti-drugs, anti-guns. What was the last one?
An anti-asshole. That's the most important. And big letters, like big letters on the movie marquee letters. That's it. With the lights blinking. You know what I mean? I ran into all that shit so much. I just see that. I remember this kid was with me. He got the Rockefeller law. They gave him 25 years for selling herb or some shit. I was like, oh, they gave high C. I said, for what? He goes, oh, he was selling something. I said, what are you talking about, 25 years? He goes, oh, yeah, 25 years.
That's
I
a
said,
life.
What could he have sold? It ain't like missiles and shit.
Yeah, that's a life. Yeah, huh? That's a whole life. You know what I mean?
It's like bullshit.
It's a whole life.
That's not fair. That was a kid. That's a kid that he might have been high himself. They were setting him up. They were setting him. When you're high, you're not thinking straight. Those kids were fucked up. You know. And I seen some of them. I remember one running with a kid. He goes, I can't get caught. I go, just run. He goes, I got stuff on me. I said, what do you mean stuff? This is kind of like I was ignoring. I never got into that shit. You know, I never was into the drugs. Never got high. I think the first time I could smoke pot was like 1976 or something. Maybe later. You know? And that's because we had to sit around the block and look at each other. It's like, you got to be toasted to be near these people, you know? And the same thing every day. What do you want to do now? You ever saw that movie, Marty?
No.
What do you want to do? They always say the same thing every time they meet. They go, what do you want to do today? He goes, I don't know. What do you want to do on a day like that? Let's go to 72nd Street. He goes, I don't want to do that shit. And they do the same thing every day, and nothing's changed. Like, you ever go to a restaurant with somebody and go, what are you going to order? He goes, well, I don't know yet. I got to read the menu. And you go, why are you going to look at the menu? You know you're going to order the same shit. Everybody order the same shit. Just give them what they want. They go, let me see what they got. You always look and look and look, and they go, all right, let me get a bacon cheeseburger. Well done. The other one orders chicken, and everybody orders what they want. The same thing over. We're creatures of habit. Unless you change it. That's truth. Like anything. That's why we're all hypno freaking ties. We're all walking around like retards. I'm not part of that shit. And when I get caught, I gotta get out of that crap. They just gave me water. It's like it tastes like saccharin, man.
They put sugar. They put sugar in your water. They put something else in your water. Be careful.
They put some other shit in my water. They put like saccharin lemonade.
Did your
taste like it's like the worst taste I ever had in my life. It's Crystal Light, I think.
Oh.
And they don't have no sugar in it. Let me hang up, yeah.
I'm falling asleep, Tracy. Not because of your stories. My mind.
You said my story's boring. I'm sorry, I'm falling down.
Your stories are not boring.
The book is over.
The book's not. You gotta call me earlier, a little bit earlier.
Tracy Williams takes his own life out.
No, don't say that.
I know, I gotta say it.
Are you serious?
No, I'm
Then I can't let you go.